Good evening. Today, I'll be talking about remembering priorities, understanding why the personal project does not get done. Face it, if you had the number one priority off your list, such as studying for a test, it could even be a real estate test, it could be a test to get a certain certification, a license. Then there's also completing schoolwork or keeping up with your client's needs. Out of all of these things, it may sound familiar as your number one priority, and yet you could move on to the next task that feels close to home. Something that you want to do that keeps you up at night. All right, so priorities, what they mean, giving yourself a break, especially in moments where you're facing repetitive work, and it seems like a cycle that it always requires you to do that task, and you find it somewhat hard to get out of. And there's also making time more efficient. And overall, the idea of priorities can also help with becoming more flexible with time. All right, let's begin. Okay, out of all the things, why priority today? Well, in my situation, I can say that I'm always focusing on certain things that I have to do in terms of school in order to have enough free time to be able to do something that I'd like to do within the week. And this is a big thing. I'll have friends that will want me to go over to the beach, um, just out of courtesy, like see what I'm doing, and they're on their way over there, and yet I've got something going on. I've got this quiz, I've got this test, and I have to get it done. And so it's possible for me to do this earlier. I can also negotiate a certain time frame that I can do this test or quiz. Or overall, I can just take a break. Now, the thing is, these occasions, they'll never go away. I mean, I'll always have another chance to embrace that moment, to say yes, I'll be over there, and I'll meet you guys there. But in some moments, you do want to take a break. In some moments, you want to maybe have an assistant or a worker help you do this kind of work for you. I went over. I had listened to a podcast, Sweaty Startup, and um, and the podcaster he talks about is a friend that he knows, and he does a lot of paperwork, but the main focus for him is to do the negotiations. So that's what gets the ball rolling. Sure, you need the paperwork and the negotiations, but he would make his time. He would have a lot more flexibility, a lot more free time to find more clients, or to spend his free time in doing whatever he wants to do. If he pushed this over to a worker, he could also train this person. But this is a business scenario now. Now, in terms of schooling or work, you could change the lifestyle. You could consider the things that you're doing at the moment, trying to find some kind of opening in your schedule. Say as soon as you come back from work, you get started with this, or maybe after a nap, after like back from work, you can get started with this. And I believe that this sort of thing stacks on top of each other, and saying that, well, after I get back home from work, I'm going to take a nap, then I'm going to work on this thing that may have to do with applications and changing the lifestyle. Or it can also happen to, oh, just a moment, there you go. It can also add on to well, I'd like to do this task, this little hobby, maybe blogging, or creating a website, selling products, and overall, it really does come down to the lifestyle that you would like to have. If you're living under the situation of just trying to change your priorities, and becoming, well, in conclusion, eventually you want to become more flexible with time. So it's always good to note that you should give yourself a break. Find a time frame within the year that you could go on vacation, or you can also maybe go over to a convention and explore from there, explore the change of your lifestyle in either business or career. I'd like to add more on this, but the time, I think I've lasted almost 7 minutes on this video. So until next time, guys, a focus that I'd like to talk more about is really those openings, and in building that habit. All right, until next time, guys.